This Good Morning Northwest Morning Spread is brought to you by Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning.
It is 6:53, time to get you ready to take on your Thursday with our morning sprint.
Mark Peterson has warming temperatures in today's forecast, and Destiny Richards is still alive. She survived. She had the perfect way to enjoy those warm temperatures at Silverwood this weekend.
But first, to Olivia Roberts with breaking.
Well, protests over the death of George Floyd have turned deadly overnight. Police say a man was shot and killed in the street in one of those riots. Officials say the second night of demonstrations started out peaceful, then quickly escalated. This video was captured today. You can see the fires set by protesters last night continued to burn in Minneapolis through the morning. More protests are expected this afternoon. These demonstrators are demanding justice for Floyd, who died in police custody. Cameras captured the final moments of Floyd's life in handcuffs with a police officer's knee on his neck. This morning, the city's mayor is calling for that officer to be arrested and charged. The 4 police officers involved in the incident have been fired. We'll be sure to let you know if the charges are brought against those officers.
Well, more breaking news this morning. More than 40 million Americans are now out of a job. Another 2.1 million Americans filed new unemployment claims last week. This means nearly 1 in 4 workers across the country have filed for benefits since the pandemic began. Next week's jobs report is expected to show an unemployment rate of about 20%.
A 6-day search for a University of Connecticut senior suspected in 2 murders and a string of crimes ended in an arrest Wednesday. 23-year-old Peter Manfredonia was at the center of a crime spree in a manhunt that crossed 4 states. Although his motive is still not clear, he is suspected of 2 killings, 1 injury, an abduction, and a home invasion over the weekend. He was arrested in Maryland.
All right, good morning, everybody. In our first alert weather, it's cloud cover that we're going to be seeing moving across the state. And we're going to see some variable clouds at times. Chance of showers expected in around the Palouse later on this afternoon. For us, 60 heading out the door, 72 at noon. And, of course, our high today, 78 degrees. We could see 80s downtown and in the valley.
I just got off the timber tear and I'm running on pure adrenaline right now, but you can too if you come down this weekend. As you can see, there will be safety guidelines in place. We've got some workers cleaning off the cars here, but just some basic things to know. It will be open. That and Boulder Beach will be open from 11 to 6 p.m. this weekend. There will be a reduced park capacity, so they want you to go online and reserve a time to come. And there'll be only family groups going in rides. They're going cashless throughout the park, and complimentary masks will be provided.
You'll be able to head back to church as early as this weekend. Governor Jay Inslee laid out what houses of worship need to do in order to open doors. For counties in Phase 2, which is most of eastern Washington, indoor services can resume at either 25% capacity or up to 50 people, whichever is less. These new guidelines do not include church staff and volunteers needed to run services. In-home services can resume, but with just 5 people. And choirs are allowed to sing, but each singer must wear a mask.
Along with a lot of his co-workers, Mordecai Cochran tested positive for COVID-19 last week. He works at the Philadelphia Macaroni Company. But unlike those co-workers, he refused to self-isolate because he's asymptomatic. Instead, police say he was out drinking and driving and exposed 6 Spokane police officers to the virus while getting arrested twice in 5 days. The first time on May 20th. You can read more about this story right now on KXOY.com.
President Trump plans to sign an executive order today pertaining to social media. The news follows the president's displeasure with Twitter since the social media company labeled a pair of his tweets with a fact-check notice. His tweets were unproven claims the president made about voter fraud tied to voting by mail. The social media company added a blue link to get the facts about mail-in ballots. In response, the president threatened to strongly regulate or close down social media platforms that he claims are silencing conservatives. We'll be right back with a final look at your forecast.